All right, here we go. I think we're set. How's it going, Johnny, if you're here? Um, Not doing all the streams on YouTube. Yeah, on the weekends, like this morning stream that I do every week, this will probably always stay YouTube and Twitch together, but I do go on Twitch alone sometimes, like the other night. I think it was Wednesday night. I went on Twitch for a little bit, so I will kind of pop up there sometimes. Let me know how the audio is. You guys, a few folks are here already. And we will get going. Let's see, I was going to grab a link here real quick, and then I'll do an introduction as well. Let's go. What am I looking for? Contributing. Trying to find a specific PR. This is the easiest way I know to find it, because I don't remember the name of the library. It's like TL something. I don't know. Here it is. It's the oldest one here. Audio is good, thank you. Oops, maybe one more thing here. Let me see if I can. Well, you know what? I think I want to go. Can pop this out, right? Can I do that? Out? Will that do everything? No. One more time. Here we go. Let's try this. So, yeah, this is what we want, I think. Okay. This is turned down. That's good. Could probably be paused. We'll let it run. See how it goes. Pause this one. Okay. This is the PR. So yeah, let's do a quick introduction. Hello everybody. My name is Tim. I go by foamyguy online. I'm going to be working on CircuitPython projects in this stream. Specifically, I'm going to be taking a look at this pull request right here and working on some other goodies, library requirement screenshotter after we get done with this. So let's take a step back, though. If you don't know anything about this, if you never watched one of these before, you don't know what that stuff I was just talking about is. It is all related to CircuitPython. So let's pull up the page for this, circuitpython.org. You can go here to learn more. It is a version of Python that's made to run on tiny computers called microcontrollers, and it's really nice because it's super easy to learn how to use, and it's super quick and easy to iterate ideas. So this is a CircuitPython microcontroller right here. Maybe it will focus. We go. Oh, you know what? I think we want the light to make it focus. Let's do that. Hey, thanks, Lay Samurai. Yeah, for sure. I hope you have a nice day. There we go. That looks better. So this is a CircuitPython microcontroller. And again, this is basically just like a tiny computer. Inside this chip right here is a computer, and it can talk to all these different pins. So it can turn the pins on and off, and they can talk to other devices, like breakout devices, like this thing over here, which is a LED controller. This allows you to talk to the microcontroller via, I think, maybe SPI, or possibly I2C, or maybe some other type of serial connection, but it talks back and forth, and the microcontroller can tell it to turn on and off, and even fade up and down LEDs that are plugged into these breakouts here. So this is going to be the first thing we're looking at, and this board right here, this is a Adafruit Feather M4, just a Feather device I happen to have ready to go, so grabbed that for working with today. And it's made by this company Adafruit right here. Adafruit.com is their website. They are hardware and software company based out of New York, and they are the primary financial backers of the CircuitPython project. So if you like this project, if you think this is neat stuff and you want to help support it, one of the ways you can do that is by purchasing hardware from Adafruit. They make microcontrollers like this one. They also make these breakouts that do different things. This one is for LEDs, but they have all kinds of different things that interface with, pretty much anything you could imagine. So all kinds of neat stuff. Check them out if you are interested. They are, again, they're the, primary supporter of the project. They pay a couple of different folks to work on the project, so that's really cool. This stream here, this is not like a paid stream. I'm not getting paid by them to stream, but I do get paid to work on guides and other software and stuff. And the thing that we'll work on a little bit later actually is one of the things that they have graciously offered to pay me for. So we'll dive into that in a little bit though. And this is what we're going to start with. So right here we have this PR. This is the oldest PR that's open. It's been active, so this person's been working on it for a while. They have, well, it uses this TLC 5971, which again, that's a LED driver. Maybe we could pull up the page for that. Let's do that. Fruit TLC, is it 79 something? 15, no, 7911. I think that's the one. Yeah, 79, no, 59711. 59711, that's the same one. Okay, so yeah, this is it right here. There's not maybe it's in the video, there's an action shot, I'm not sure. It's basically a way to control a bunch of different LEDs. You can put, it's made for RGB, that's what the pinouts are labeled, RGB LEDs, like the ones that have four leads. But you can also use regular LEDs in it as well, just 2 lead ones. I don't know if they have, they might just talk about it here. Or maybe that's one over there, I'm not sure. No, that looks like a screen. Okay, so anyway though, it's a PWM driver. It can fade up and down the LEDs. If you have RGB ones, obviously, then it can control the color by controlling, you know, PWM values for all the different colors that make up RGB. Let me grab the Twitch chat here. Better keep an eye on this. Actually, speaking of chat, yeah, let's mention that. So as you can see down at the bottom, hopefully there's a little bar there that says the Adafruit Discord, and that is where the chat that's on the screen is at. So if you want to hang out and ask questions or you know, just chat, you can head to the Adafruit Discord, and we're in the live broadcast room. So you can join us there if you want, or in the Twitch chat as well. I'll try to keep an eye on that. So let's go on back to this PR. So the change with this PR is basically making this device in CircuitPython support multiple ones of these drivers chained together. So like the way I have, let's see, we don't need that anymore. The way I have 2 of these together right here, they can like pass through data. So the idea is you should be able to have 2 of these connected like this, and the microcontroller is connected to the first one. And you can control all the lights on either of them. And you could actually chain more than 2 on as well. You could keep adding more. I don't know what the limit is, but you can add more than 2 if you want. Hey, Neradoc, how's it going? So yeah, the current driver does not support that. The current driver for CircuitPython only supports a single one of these devices. But the actual hardware itself does support multiples, and I think maybe the Arduino driver perhaps has multiples built in as well. So this person added support for doing those multiples in CircuitPython. So we want to get that repository open. It's probably not going to be in recents. I should have a copy of it, I think. If not, we'll clone it. Let's see here. Yeah, maybe I don't. CircuitPython TCL, was it, or TLC? It's definitely in the T's. TLA, TMP. Yeah, maybe we don't have it, I guess. So let's go ahead and clone that. So we're gonna go back to here, clone it, then we'll use GH command line tool to switch over to the PR. That's the easiest way, I think. So we're gonna go CircuitPython repos. Yes, we want terminal here. Git clone this thing. Okay. Now we can open it. Open TLC. TLC, there it is, 59711. Go new window because this is where we're going to be working later. Terminal. So we want GHPR checkout. The number, which is number 5? Number 5. Yeah. Number 5. Okay. Multi. Okay. One thing we want to do as well, though, actually, I want to make sure. I want to make sure that it works with the current driver so that I just make sure the circuit is good. I tested this out before, so I had the circuit put together. You can see in my camera here, I've got a couple of different things hooked up. We'll have to probably turn the light off when we turn the LEDs on, because the camera light's making it look like the LEDs are on. So we'll have to switch that up a little bit. But that's all right. We can do that when we get there. So we want to make sure that the circuit is good before we really start trying to test the new stuff. So actually, let me go ahead and switch back to Adafruit master branch here. And let's try it like this. Let's go get the example. Okay, copy this. We'll open CircuitPy also. Okay. Oh, that's probably in recent though. Window. So I think probably this setting is back onto autosave. System save Y. Okay, so yeah, we don't want that on for working on the device. So let's fix that. What is this? This was when we worked on the message pack thing. Yeah, message pack thing. So let's go rename that code message pack LoRa, and we can make a new CodePy. We'll just put that example script in there. Code paste. Nope. Okay, back to this. Copy that. Whoops. Yeah, Alt tab to the right place. Here we go. Okay, so one thing is there's no while true. While true. Not sure if we would be able to tell. Brightness. I mean, I guess if we had RGB, then we could tell by the color. I don't know though, wouldn't it turn off if there's no loop here? I don't know. Maybe we could make a PR. Well, maybe it's already fixed in the new PR actually. Anyway, let's just try it with the loop. We need to get the library on our device probably, so let's do that. So library here, CircuitPy lib. Okay. And the way the driver is written, the way the API interface works, like it kind of assumes that you're using the RGB LEDs. But what I have hooked up is actually just two regular LEDs. Let me do the light now, actually. 192. So like we're gonna tell it, turn LED 1 on to green or something like that, and it's gonna affect our single LED. So like each color channel in the RGB would kind of map to one of our LEDs. So the other thing is, why don't we just start with one hooked up at first. Let me unplug that one, and let's see, that's on G0. So theoretically, if the circuit is put together correctly, we should be able to turn this LED on by sending the instruction that says basically set the first LED to green, like full green, and 0 red and blue. So let's do that. We don't need this for now. We don't need this stuff. Don't need this. Brightness. We don't need to mess with brightness for now, I don't think. So LED 0, and we want it to go to green. So let's go, what was it, 6.5? I should have copy pasted from there. I think one of them said this, right? Is it 6.535? 6.5535? Okay, let's do it that way. And we'll do 0, 0. I guess it doesn't matter since we don't have any more LEDs. Maybe I'll run and grab some extra LEDs. Because this thing, it can control quite a few. 655. Let's do it. Let's try with just one first, though. Okay, so we're gonna initialize spy. Maybe we should use board.spy. I don't know. Let's not change it too much. Don't need any of this. We want auto show on, I think, for now. Green one. Yeah, I think this should turn it on, maybe. So let's go this here, this here, that smaller. Save this, and we could probably get TO open also. TO div CM. It's probably gonna be 1. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this outputted. Okay. Yeah. So this LED is on now. So that's good. You know, theoretically we could like make it half brightness because it is PWM. So if we go like half brightness. You know, it got a little bit dimmer there. It's probably hard to tell from the camera. Maybe we could go even further. So you could maybe see it just get a tiny bit brighter there, or not brighter, but dimmer. So that seems to be going okay. You know, if we wanted to be fancy, we could like make a loop that would fade it up and down or something. We could also grab this other LED here, and we could plug this in. Which way does it go? Let's look at the pinout on. I have the page pulled up still. I don't. Let's see. You'll see. I don't have a whole lot of experience with this thing. The main stuff I've done with it is just test this. Okay, so voltage is on the outside. Yeah, voltage is on the outside, both sides. So we want positive. The outside, so let's plug this into the next slot over. Okay. And now I got 2 LEDs there, and theoretically we should be able to turn them both on. Like if we set now the R, or excuse me, the B. Yeah, we got the other one on. Awesome. Wonder how dim we could go here. Like, is that too dim or? No, you can still. And that's getting a lot easier to tell that it's dimmer. You know, obviously the top one there is dimmer than the bottom one quite a bit. So that looks like it's working fine. So let's go ahead and go back to PR, which we could run the command again, but also we can just check it out because it would have made a branch for us. So let's do that. Let me scooch this just a little bit here. There we go. Okay. So let's grab new version of the library before we forget. Oh, you know what? Let me also. Where'd my TO go? That's in CodePy. Let me update my 620. Yeah, let's update CircuitPython actually before we go too far. CircuitPython downloads Feather and 4. So there's 620 stable, but there should be. Interesting. Absolute newest. They changed the way they list. They don't list the current like maybe there's not a current beta. The way 7's working. I don't know. Let's grab one of these. You know what? Let's do pirate. I like pirate. Want the newest one from here, or do we want to find like? Or C0, that's probably the stable one. Let's just grab the newest one for now. We'll go back to stable if we see anything weird. And this, copy that. And so we can go reboot with reset right there. Feather boot, paste. Okay, back as CircuitPy now. Need that anymore. Gotta love that TO, reconnecting there automatically. So now it says 7.0 alpha 1. Okay, so let's run that and just make sure that it's still working fine here. Yep, that looks the same. Maybe just to make sure that it didn't just carry over, we could, why don't we kind of switch them around? Let's make that one the dim one, and this one the bright one. And we'll go even dimmer than before. Yeah, that looks fine. Okay. Okay, we're still good. So now let's grab new library, CircuitPy, lib paste. Already exists, that's fine. Yep, we want to override it with the new one. Close that. And let's go here. Camera, okay. So that is still looking good, I think. Switch these around again. And actually, maybe let's turn this one off. Hey Dexter, how are you today? Okay, so yeah, we do have a little bit of a problem here. This did not turn off. Not turn off. So, and definitely if we, just to verify, if we switch back to master, maybe I'll put AF for Adafruit, and then we could go in here AF as that. Okay. Yeah, so this one is off. Yeah, bottom one is off, and top one in the camera, which is actually the middle one, is on but dim. We can make this one on, and that works fine. Okay. Alive and beeping, nice. Good to hear. Glad to have you here with us today. Okay, yeah, that's all going fine. And so definitely problem is in here, but maybe the API could have changed slightly. I'm not sure, or maybe the way it needs to get set up. Still have this pasted, yeah. Yeah, I definitely can't turn them on and off anymore. Okay, so let's take a closer look at this branch. Okay, I went back. Let's go, sorry, let's go back to multi samples. Okay, so we got a bunch of new things now. Simple test is here. Ah, yeah, so it does have different API. It's not using 65,000. And it has pixel count here. So yeah, we probably need to go ahead and change that up. One thing is, because this is gonna be, it looks like a, breaking change. When we merge this, we will want to bump the version, which we'll be doing on progress bar. I'll be working on progress bar a little bit later today as well. Kind of ties into the second thing we're going to work on today, where I ended up on the progress bar merge. So yeah, we can print that is fine. Pixel count. Pixel count. I mean, there's pixel count. What would that map to? It can hold 12. It can hold 12 regular LEDs. This is the wrong place. It can hold 12 regular LEDs, so does it want 12 there? Or is that pixel count like the number of RGB LEDs? In which case, like, that's way higher than what I'm working with just a single one. Let's look at the docs. This. There's a knit. Here we go. Knit. Oh, that's not great. Pixel count. Okay, so one thing is, it'd be really nice if we had maybe more docs, like at least the parameters listed out for the read the docs. I don't know, maybe read the docs will figure it out automatically, I'm not sure. Calculate, so this says how many chips are connected, and it's taken pixel count over 4. So each chip can hold 4 RGB LEDs. So if this is saying pixel count divided by 4 equals chip count, that means that we want pixel count. We want pixel count to be 4. It's 4 over 4 will be 1, and we have 1 chip right now. So 4 pixels. And let's see here. Looks like we go 0 to 100 now instead of 0 to 65,000. Let's do this. Zero. And let's turn off the rest of these here. Whoops. Here we go. And do we have auto show anymore? Seems like auto show went away. Oh, it's commented out, in fact. Oh. Interesting. Okay, so instead of a parameter in the constructor, there's another class. There's an auto show one. We could use that one instead if we wanted. Let's do it with manual show first, though. So pixels.show. So this should turn the middle one on all the way, I think, and the other one off. I feel like we would still need the loop here, wouldn't we? Also, I've been editing the simple test. I should have copied that to my device first, but that's all right. Let's go here. Let's keep this one. Oh, did I copy it in already? Yeah, I did. Okay. That's all right. Let me, we'll erase that one. Put this one. We'll save it. Let's get the camera back, though. Okay, so, well, right now we have the middle one on already. Maybe we should turn the other one on. Okay, so we save that. So code done. But currently, I think neither LED is on. Yeah, it doesn't look like either LED is on. This thing makes it a little tough. The LED that's on board, so it kind of shines off of it. Maybe I could put tape or something. Every LED has 4 pixels. So we can use decimals also. I still think we need this loop, right? I mean, otherwise it'll just turn back off. Save that. Mm-mm. Let's go after show. Okay. There we go. Wasn't scrolled. So we made it there. But none of them turned on. Let me read. Let me kind of skim through the PR. Was there something about order? I'm getting a vague memory. There's something about order. Maybe they're in reverse order or something now. Oh, but I only have one. Oh, but maybe it's. Maybe I would need to put the 100 here. Okay, that's old. 5. And 1,000. Okay, so maybe it's not 0 to 100. Maybe it is still. Maybe it is still 65,000. So this person made a custom board here. They have like 4 of the chip, the same chip that's on this breakout. They have 4 of them, and then obviously they have a bunch of what is that? 4x4, 16 LEDs. You can see they got them packed in nice and tight there. The chip in the middle and the 4 LEDs. Looks like a real nice board. Black formatting, PDF, old stuff. Okay, so they showed it working with a feather. Yeah. There's something with the order. What? PDF. Order. Maybe the order of the pixels has changed. Shift register style data transfer. The first send one will be the last pixel in the chain. Some extra mapping. Okay, they didn't want the extra mapping because it will go slower. I think in their board, in their custom board they're making, I think they wanted, to be able to do animations and stuff and keep it real nice and smooth, as fast as it can be. So maybe that is the case. Let's try. These also still look like they're going to 65,000 instead of that. So 100 might be too low to see possibly. Let's grab that and let's put it here. 0. Oops. Wrong one. It doesn't like to focus without the light as much. There we go. A little better. So let's save that. After show. No, I still got no lights. Let's go. There's a set all here. Let's try that instead. Set all to very low. I don't see anything there. Let's go higher though. This would turn everything on. Okay, that worked. Okay. So, okay. Pixel count for... Oh, yeah, I should have read the thing here. It says 0 to 5,000. Every pixel needs a color. So... We set this to zeros. Do they turn off? They do. We set all of these to on. Do they both turn on? No. So if we set all, they turn on. If we set them back to 0, they turn off. Well, maybe that's because we didn't run set all. Maybe it didn't actually turn it off like I thought. Let's try this. So turn them all on, and then turn them all, well, turn them all on, and then turn pixel 0 all off. Okay. So this did not turn them off. The reason they turned off last time is because I commented this out. This does not turn them off, which means pixel 0 is not affecting this pixels. So reverse order, does that mean 3? There we go. And this. Okay. Middle one on. Yeah. Okay. I think it'd be real nice to be able to use the original indexes. I don't know how much that would slow it down in the animations. This might confuse people though, because on the board they're labeled. Like these say R0, G0, B0. So my LEDs are plugged into these two right here, G0 and B0. But in order to set it, I have to do 3, which would seem like these ones over here. Now that I know the trick, I guess it's not that big of a deal, but I think for anyone who doesn't know yet, like they might get frustrated because these say 0, they're going to try to set pixel 0. Nothing's going to happen. I guess if they have everything hooked up, like I have only very few things. Like I just have 2 LEDs here. If I was using RGBs, if I was using 4 RGBs, or if I was using 12 regular ones, then when I set 0, I would see that the ones on the other side turned on. Or if it was RGB, I would see that the other one turned whatever color. So I guess in that sense, like, be easier to troubleshoot than it was for me, since I didn't have everything plugged in. So maybe it's not as big of a deal. I don't know. I think it would be great if there was a way though that could be there was some way that it could still use the original indexes. Now that we got that though, let's check the multi. Let's check the multi part of it. So we can. I think the idea is we're gonna unplug this. We are gonna get this plugged in to match. So does it matter which way? Yeah, it does. Try to do this on camera. I don't know if I can see it here. And let me put this back on too. Be nice to get a push button for this. I wonder what it does when I click this. I can just do that with GET request or something. Okay, we got ground to ground, VCC to VCC, V plus to V plus, CO to CI, DO to DI. That seems good. Those are in line there. So I'm gonna take one of these LEDs, move it to the other breakout. We'll put it on 0 also. We'll just let's put it on 0R. And also let's move this LED here to 0R as well. So we got one LED on 0R or R0 on each breakout. So if right, I unplugged this. Plug this back in. The Learn Guide sample says TLC has two pins labeled R0. Well, they probably mean the way that it's like this, the way that there's two right here, and one of them is the V, the high voltage, the voltage. Well, not high voltage, but like 5 volts or whatever. One of them is the voltage, and one of them is, well, I guess goes through ground to the red. I think that's probably what it means. Okay, can we see this back yet, or what are we doing here? Why did this not load? It's a bummer. Pi is here. Nope. Okay. Guess what is this? Control T Q or something, right? Yeah. Close that. Open it again. I hope it didn't save this stuff on. When is this from? Interesting. I don't know if I put this as trivia question. I didn't save this stuff on my device. It probably did though, inside the idea folder. Anyway, let's move this to R. Let's make that 0. Let's get the camera back. Pins R0, G0. Oh, instead of, I see. Maybe some of them got misprinted with a 0 instead of a 1 there. I see what you're saying. Are mine? Let's see. I don't know. Flashlight. Let's see if we can focus on them here. Oh yeah, they sure are, huh? Yep. This one right here, you can see. I don't know if I can get it, but like right in there, it does say R0 G1 B1. Yeah. They had a couple misprints run on the silk screen. Interesting though, the one in the picture, whoops, we should get that back. The one in the picture here is not like that, so they got a new rev. Nice, thanks for pointing that out. Okay, so yeah, we want to, let's just leave this with one thing, and we want to try to turn the first one back on here. Do that. Yep, that worked. So we could also get TO back here. Nice, thank you. Okay, so one thing is, the second one turned on also. I guess that's maybe because of this. But it's interesting because we didn't do pixel count 8. I don't know, maybe this still takes effect. Or maybe maybe it's because we didn't do 8. Okay, yeah, that turned it back off. Oh, that turned both of them back off. So they're like mirroring each other, I guess, right now. So if we do 8, we turn on just 1. Yeah. It does look like it jumped now, so index 3 is the one on this device. So that would make this, maybe I should be using the ones that are labeled 3 on the board. That would be, what would this be, 8 or 7? I think 7, right? 7. So that should turn the other one, that should turn them both on. Nice, okay. That should turn it on much dimmer. And turn this one off. Yep. Okay. Looking pretty good here, I think. If we put this here, it would be off for now, but if we plugged it in to the G, then it will be on. There it is. Okay. So yeah, I had trouble getting this running before. The last time I looked at this, but seems good now. The indexes throw me off a little bit again, but it's not the biggest deal in the world. My jams pause here? No? Okay. Okay, the head merge fought conflicts. Does have resolved. Pretty simple ones. Let me check the docs real quick too. I'm kind of curious if the constructor parameters get put in the docs. Once we check on that though, and I leave feedback here, then we'll move on to the next thing. So let's grab Sphinx. Oh, no. We fixed this. We did this. We've overcome. Docs, CP docs. Thank you. I forgot exactly who that was. It was one of the folks watching the stream though that suggested setting that up. So that worked. Let's go to the files, docs, build, open. Went too far. Index, let's put it in here. Does only list one of the examples. That could be fixed after the fact too. The other thing is, like, you know, this person did a bunch of hard work to make the multiple things work. If there's a few like docs things to clean up after the fact, you know, I don't think it's the end of the world if we go ahead and merge it and then do that stuff as a follow-up PR. Just considering like how much, you know, how much work they definitely have already put into this. How long it's been going for sure, but I don't know. We can check with Katney or somebody else. Let me close this and back to the chats here. Okay. But it does not actually API reference. Yeah, it does not like show up in the docs here. Is that like that today? Whoops. Page is massive. Up here, docs. No, it is listed today. So something is making that not get listed. It seems okay. I think it might just be because it doesn't have a doc string. Why are these mad? Hmm. Is that because of the merge problems? Strip buffer byte count. Strip buffer bit offset. It's the same two things, it seems like. Oh no, that's a different one. WC versus FC. I don't know why it's able to work though. Are those things not important, I guess? It just does not initialize this? It does. In this. Okay. This is just PyCharm being silly, I guess. Yeah. I don't know, maybe it doesn't understand this? I don't know. It's weird. I don't know why they're not... I don't know why they're red. Like, I can't find them, but they're definitely there. This is misspelled backwards. Huh. I'm gonna change up the music here real quick, sorry. go a different one of these, maybe like let's try that one for now. Okay. So where's the main class for that? Init is here. This is just class C5911. I think it's because there's no docstring on init. Usually there would be a big list there with all the parameters like branch master. Well, it supports the another one of these things, I guess. It does have all of this stuff though. Does it? Yeah. I think it's not finding it because, well, possibly because it's further away from init. Oh, but this was not right before init either. There was another class here. We have more stuff here though. I'm gonna try this. The docs. No, still broken. Okay. Grab a screenshot of this. TLC 59 711 breakouts can control LEDs on both connected to both breakouts. Everything seems to be working as intended. Now, since I was having trouble before, do you think it would be great we could offer some way to use the original index order? We could use the index order that matches the silk screen on the Adafruit breakout, but I don't know if that is proper. Yeah, let's just say strict requirement. Best Catney have thoughts on this? The one other thing I noticed is that the docs don't seem to include the API information anymore, and they only have one of the example scripts listed, which I'm guilty of as well. For the longest time, I didn't realize you needed to add examples into this RST file, so I've definitely added examples and forgot to list them there as well. The docs don't seem to include the API information anymore, and they only have one of the sample scripts listed. Here are the docs built locally, this PR. And here are the ones live now. Has API reference. I don't know how far I went before. Let's just do it like that. Okay. Thanks again for all of your work on this. I think it's like S-Lite? Yeah, S-Lite. This is a great new feature. Multiple devices and together. Okay. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay. I guess maybe one more thing I should have said is once the merge is taken care of, I think it's ready to go. Well, in this stuff, I guess. I don't know, maybe that's okay. Yeah, that's good for now. Let's leave that. So the next thing I'm gonna be working on today. Let's unplug this. Don't need that running anymore, really. The next thing is actually not quite exactly CircuitPython, but it's related to CircuitPython. So what I am working on next is this required library screenshotter is the name of this thing I created. And so the thing I've created so far was an HTML page. Like if I go in here, we can launch this. We can load it in the browser that we can see. Oops, close, that's fine. Close. Back to the chat here, okay. So this is a little HTML page you can see here. You know, we're just in the browser. It's loaded up as a web page, but it kind of like fakes a screenshot, a file explorer screenshot. These are not aligned anymore. And now that I've noticed it, I cannot unsee it. Are these oh, that's unfortunate. They're aligned differently in Firefox than Chrome. These are like pretty much perfectly aligned, and these are not. Anyway, I will do my best to not obsess over that. So you might recognize what this looks like if you are familiar with CircuitPython. This is basically a mock-up of the file explorer of a CircuitPy drive. It's got CircuitPy listed there. It's got these hidden files. It's got bootout.txt, which every CircuitPython device should have, and it's got a CodePy, and then it has a lib folder right here, and you can add things into the lib folder. So like Adafruit progress bar, for instance, you can do that, add, and it will show up as a folder there. And you could do something like Adafruit requests.mpy add, and it will show up as a file icon. So really simple thing. Just lets you kind of like pretend that you have a device loaded up with these libraries. And the idea is this will hopefully be able to be used to generate screenshots that are used in Learn Guides. So like the progress bar is the one that I am working on that got me started on this idea. But a lot of Learn Guides are like this, where you have like a libraries page, and then there will be a list of all the libraries you need, and there will be generally a screenshot here that shows you all those libraries. Well, the thing is, Hugo has done a bunch of great work in the progress bar library, and it's no longer a single file. Like you see here, this says progressbar.mpy, but like these ones up here, display text, for instance, this one's in a folder. So progress bar actually is getting updated. It's no longer going to be a single file. Instead, it's going to be a folder. And we want to come and change, any relevant screenshots in the Learn Guide system along with the list of libraries here. So at first, I was like, wouldn't it be great if we could do that without, emptying off your device, right? Because normally what I would do is I would go to a device like my Feather or, my MagTag or whatever in this case. I would delete everything inside a lib. I would paste just the libraries we need, and then I would grab a screenshot like this. Wouldn't it be great, though, if we didn't have to delete all of that stuff on our device? So that's where I got the idea to do this, was just kind of fake it with JavaScript. I think maybe somebody in the chat several months back might have dropped this idea as well. I definitely do not remember who, but I believe I saw somebody else throw out this basic idea of using like a web page with JavaScript to generate these screenshots. So I kind of worked on this just for a little bit, a couple mornings this week, and got it working pretty well, other than the way these are not aligned in this browser. But again, we'll look past that for now. Try to at least. So you could load up all of these libraries. Like I could just copy paste out of this list here, paste them into here and add each one, and they would keep adding onto here. And then at the end, when we have them all added, we could go and grab a screenshot of it like this, right? So it's got a nice little zone there for us to make our screenshot box. And then we could save this and use that image on Learn Guide. So I created this part of it. I was talking to Kattni about it, and Kattni forwarded me along to Limor and PT and Anne as well, although Anne is out right now. But Anne works on the Learn Guide stuff when she is around. So Kattni got me forwarded to those folks, and I asked about using this in the Learn Guides, and Lady Ada had the idea of like, wouldn't it be even, awesomer, right? Wouldn't it be super amazing if we could kind of take the same idea as this? Yeah, the ones under lib, it's because these ones are hard-coded. So like all of these ones here, they're just generated, they're just hard-coded in the HTML, and there is some CSS that tries to align them with the folder above here. Really, the crux of the issue is that these triangles are strangely sized. I used like Unicode triangles, and it made the spacing be weird. And so then I just had to compensate for it, like with pixels. I just did like, I kind of eyeballed it, and I got the pixels lined up perfectly, but perfectly is apparently different in different browsers. But the ones down here will all stay aligned because they are all the same, and because none of them have to worry about that triangle weirdness. So they should at least all stay aligned down there. So I was talking with those folks about this, and Lady Ada had the idea, what if we could do this, more automatically, right? Because this is still a fairly manual process, right? Like I'm going to sit here and copy paste all these in, click add, or it supports the enter key, so you can do that. There is a little bit of helper stuff put in, right? So like if you mistyped something or whatever, you do have the ability to change it, so that's nice. It won't update to the right kind of thing. Like if I take MPY off of here, it's not going to change the icon for me. It'd be cool if it did that. But you know, obviously this is still a pretty manual process, right? Of putting all this stuff in. Yeah, image triangles are the way to go, and that gets to where we're headed, for sure. So wouldn't it be awesome if we could automate this even more, right? Instead of copy pasting all these things in, what if we could just run a script on the entire Learn Guide repo, have it go through all the projects, find all the CircuitPython ones, build the list of requirements, which is happening now already, right? Because these have they have this bundle, right? Download project bundle right here. The way there's some kind of infrastructure behind this. I need to look into it more, but there's something behind this that's generating that list of requirements, right? It's parsing the Python code, it's figuring out what those requirements are, and it's including them in this zip. So what we are going to try to do is use that same mechanism, whatever it is, to generate the list of required files, and then create this thing from that list without typing them in. And the other caveat is that we don't really want to create it inside of a web page like we have here. What we want to do is save a PNG file so that it can get checked into a repo. So instead of using HTML and JavaScript, which is what this is right now, we are going to be using PIL, the Python Imaging Library, or what is the modern incarnation of it, which is called Pello. So it forked off the main project, and that's the one, well, it's one of the ones that is still maintained. Get it from the big JSON. Yeah, I need to find, if you have a link to that, that'd be awesome if you could drop that in the chat. I need to find out where that's at so that I can parse it for this. But I am going to work on graphic stuff first. So interestingly, you know, like I do work a lot on display.io. Today, I think, is the first stream where I won't really touch anything with display.io. We did that LED driver, and we're about to do this, which is not CircuitPython at all, and therefore not display.io, but it is visual in nature. We're going to be using PIL to try to basically make this same thing, but have it get outputted as a PNG file. So you can see here, I have a very, very, very brief start of this going, so we have a lot of work to do. I don't know, probably not going to make it all the way there today. Certainly not parsing that whole JSON and doing the whole thing all at once, but we'll break this down and do it in chunks, and maybe we can get one of those chunks done today. Awesome, thank you for that link there. Let me pull that up. Copy. Let's put that in here. Whoops, that's going to be, I don't want to download it if well, I guess I could download it. It's not that big a deal. Let's just go ahead and save it in that same repo. Or in downloads, that's cool too. Open, yes, open, copy to here. Let's close that. Let's close CircuitPy. Let's just drop a copy of this here. Community bundle. I want to add it to Git. No, that's all right. We don't need to add that to Git. Let's let me get a look at this. Okay. Dependencies, external dependencies. So one thing is that I recognize a bunch of these things. Are these oh, this is community bundle stuff, I see. Okay. I see. There's this one here, copy. Save that one also. One thing is, though, these are the name of, like, PyPy or whatever. Is that right? Don't want to add it. Be a little fancy here. Maybe we could say, like, Python generator slash star bundle star JSON. Whoops, why? That didn't really work. Maybe I did something wrong with the stars. I'm not sure. These would turn yellow if that was working. It doesn't. Well, I got star here. Bundle star.json. Maybe it's. Oh, I didn't save. Yeah, I didn't save. So let's do this actually. Since we're not using CircuitPy drive, let's put this back. There we go. And this, yeah, seesaw. Get a look at these. So it does have PyPy names. Okay, no, yeah, dependencies. This would be fine because bus device is a folder. Register is a folder. Are the ones that are MPY though? Do they show up as MPY? Oh, it doesn't look like it. This one I would guess. Monster mask. Would guess this is probably single file one. Let's go GitHub circuit Python this. I got books. Put that back. Get PyPy names, which you can search in the same JSON, since each entry has a PyPy name and it's a package property. Oh, okay. This one is a py, so it would be an MPY for this one. Package false, I see. Okay. And so then I would find this as a dependency, then I would look it up as a key, find this as a key, and it says package false here, so I would know that it's an MPY file because that part of it says package false. Okay. I think we can do that. Thank you for linking me together with all this stuff. I knew there was a bunch of work going on with this stuff to make that package bundler, but again, I hadn't looked into it yet, so this is really nice. I appreciate you pointing me in the right direction here for sure. Was that Neardoc? Yeah, Neardoc. Thank you for this. Okay. This is awesome. So yeah, I think I can see how that is going to work. I'm not going to write that logic just yet. I think I'm going to work on the visual output first, but this is awesome because now I kind of know how that is going to have to work once we get to it. So what I have now is basically, very, very rough start. I've put one icon and I put one text, and they're not even put together. So we got a lot of work to do. I think what we want is to kind of start by making this relatively configurable and reusable. Right now, everything in here is pretty much hard-coded. I think we want to go like set some configuration options like output, or let's just say out width equals, and we can set this to something static like how big is this? Well, this does have a buffer in it around the edge there. It's 833. Let's call it 800. And maybe it won't have the margins, or maybe we can put the margins in later. Haven't looked into it. I'm not sure where the code for the bundler fly is, but always keep an eye on circup. I gotcha. And it's going to switch to using this file. Nice. Yeah, it's cool that we get like, you know, when tooling gets updated and we make a new thing, you know, a new resource like that, how many different places it can get used. It's neat to see the different ways that stuff like that get used. So out width, do we want to set the height? The thing about the height is it's going to have to grow in order to fit the number of libraries. So I don't think we want that to be a variable. Or maybe it's a variable, but it's going to get calculated. Yeah. I think, though, for now, we can just hard code it, and then we'll worry about calculating it once we have a little more of this working. So let's just hard code it. Let's say 800 by 600. I have a font loaded up. Folder, yeah, I was in the middle of working on some of these icons. So what we need to do actually is get our folder icon. I have an SVG here, but we need to make it a PNG. So the ones I used in this HTML page, these are just lifted out of my OS, but I don't know what the license on them is. So in order to use this, like the ultimate goal of this is to use the CI on GitHub to automatically run this anytime there's a update to the Learn Guide repo. So it will just automatically generate all these files for every project every time anything gets updated. That way they're always up to date. The Learn Guide itself can like reference the GitHub where it puts this file, and then it will just always be up to date without having to do the extra step of creating the screenshot. So if we want to use it kind of in an official capacity like that, it's going to end up in a repo somewhere. It should have a license on all the files because it's probably going to be running reuse. So I went and found some vector files just on this site, public domain vectors, I think, .com or .org or something like that. I found a file in a folder, and I have exported the file already, but I need to export the folder. So let's do that. We're going to go open this in Inkscape. We are going to make this smaller. We want to get roughly to 24. This is the selection. These are not grouped. There we go. There we go. We want to get roughly to 24 pixels. I don't know if I can do this by the numbers. Oh, got it. There it is. Let's save that there and export this folder.png. Okay. Now this shows up here. A little fuzzy at that size. Let's see what it looks like when it gets inserted into the thing here. Go folder. And the license is the same. I grabbed both from the same place. And it's basically public domain or CC 0 1.0 universal, which is very permissive license. And no copyright claims on it. So we do want to add these. This also. Empty, I don't think we need to add. Basically, the file started out as an empty one, and I added a little bit of text in there to make it look like a code file. Might change that up. The text is kind of blurry. I used GIMP to do that. I think maybe if I did A-Sprite, maybe it can do pixelated text that's sharper. Not sure, but I'll look into that at some point. For now, though, we just want to get the basics working. So I got folder. Let's change this out. So I've used PIL a couple of times, but I definitely would not say that I have a lot of experience with it. But this is the way it works. I'll kind of run through the code. It's pretty basic so far. We load the font using image font true type method to load right there. We have a font file, which I also went and found a font file that we have a license for. So that's a permissively licensed font as well. It's like Apache, I think. Yeah, Apache 2. That's Roboto. I think it's like the Android font, maybe one of them that Google created or had commissioned or something. I'm not 100% sure though, but that's the font we're loading. Loading these two icons, the folder icon, the file icon. Creating an image file. This is the size of it, so we actually want to use these variables. Used image magic in PHP. Nice. That's awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I'm pretty new to it. It's nice and easy to use, I will say. Everything I've done with it so far is like, it's pretty good about if I kind of guess how the API is going to work, like it's usually pretty close to how it works, if not on the money. So I will say it's fairly easy to use. Create a new image, size, background color. Gonna leave it there for now. Draw the image. We get a draw object, I guess, and then that way we can draw some text. This is the location of the text based on the anchor point, which this anchor point is not the one we're gonna want to use in the end. Let me pull this page over. Let's close some of these things here. I don't think we need the webcam anymore. Leave that one open. So this page is where I found this stuff out, and it does, it has a concept kind of like anchor point and anchor position, but instead of being like fully variable, there's a couple of options like middle, left, right, and then top, middle, baseline, descender, bottom, ascender. So you have set options, and right now it's set to middle baseline because it says MS. So we actually are gonna want this on the left side, and I think the top. So left top LT, because that's how we place the image, is by left top. So I think doing it the same on the text should make it easy to put it in reference to the image. Maybe left middle. Maybe left middle to center it vertically. Let's try it with top and see where we end up. So this says we're gonna put quick at 100, 100. We want it not that far though. Let's try, this icon is going at 10, 100, so let's go like 20, 100. So it's a little more to the right of the icon. And let's make this say something else like Adafruit progress bar. Yeah, do we need anything else for now? I think that's a good start. Let's run it, see what that looks like. Okay, so we do need to go over farther. Oh, right, because we need to go at least the width of the icon, right? Which is, we're treating it basically as 24. I think that one's actually 24 tall, but I'm kind of treating those icons as 24 by 24. I might go back and paste them in a PNG that's explicitly 24 by 24 actually, but right now I do think they might be smaller. But we definitely want to leave that much room. So we would say actually this would need to be at least 24 bigger than this. So 34, let's say we still want 10 pixels in between. So let's try 44. Run that. Yeah, there we go. 10 pixels in between is too much though. I'm gonna pull this one back up for reference. Well, maybe 10 pixels is not too much. It's pretty close on some of those, honestly. It looks too big here, though, I think. The font is much brighter. So yeah, I'm kind of just gonna like keep tweaking away at this to get it closer and closer, and then we'll make some functions to try to make it easier. Let's darken the font a little bit. I think we want to copy the exact thing we have. We have background this. We have font color this, BOBO. Font. Let's scooch this back just a hair. Maybe let's try 40. Okay. We do have file, and this one should be folder. So let's take a look at the folder one. Folder. Images don't match. Don't match what? Oh, mask. You have to do mask on this for transparency to work. There we go. That one's kind of offset vertically. Let's go ahead and put these in those 24 by 24 boxes. That way we have a known size that we're working with. This one's actually loaded up already. I want to use that though, or just open the file, I think. Let's just open it via that. With GIMP. Canvas size. We don't want it linked. We do want it centered. 24. Enter. Size. Save. Yes. Okay. The other one too. Discard. Folder. Canvas size. 24. Center. Okay. Save. All right. There we go. Yeah, now that's in line. Much better. So that's cool because we don't have to worry about writing code to move it around. Let's make sure this one fits too. File. You know what? Why don't we just make a... Do we want to make a second one of these? I think we want to make a function, actually. Let me just do file. We'll just check on this one. File. Run. Yeah. That looks good too. Okay. So... we close that for now. These are all preload stuff. This is kind of like preload stuff, so is this. These are really the things that make the line, and then this is the output. So let's go def make row, make requirement line, make line. Let's go, this is going to be the name, requirement name, requirement name. Do we need anything else? We could take the icon, but it'd be nice if we just auto select the icon based on the name. But those inside with the name here. Make line, I think it'd be good actually if we take a location. We want to call it location. Position. What is the name of, maybe we should be consistent with PIL. What's the name of this parameter? Maybe let's check on that. They call it location or position. Image paste API. Paste. Box. Box. Because it takes 4. We don't want to take 4. Maybe I'm putting too much thought into this. Let's just go with whatever. Position is fine. A tuple, we'll do a tuple. Default 0, 0, I guess. And so the position of the whole line, let's do the icon first, so it's left to right. The position of the whole line is going to be the same position as the icon. The icon comes first, so position here, and then this one is position 0 plus 30, and then position 1. So let's go make line, Adafruit, progress, bar, run. Okay, that looks good. And we could do this 10, 100. Oh, but that's a tuple. Dang it. Dependencies doesn't use the PyPy name. Run this. There we go. So now we can make a line and we can position it. We want to choose the right icon. If requirement name dot ends with dot mpy. Else. There's this file icon, position, file icon. So these are going to be folder icon. No, I did that wrong. This should be down here. This should be up here. Run. Oops. Okay. Let's make a second one. So we got to be at least 24 down. Probably be good to leave some room between. So let's call it, see what it looks like with 28. Requests.mpy. Run. Oh, whoops. There we go. Okay, so it selected the icon correctly. This font's kind of bold. I might go back and grab a slightly thinner one. It's not like that big a deal, but this is definitely a little thinner. Do I still just have that open? I don't know. Downloads, Bato. I think I took medium. Oh, there's a regular. It's regular. Regular does look thinner than medium. It's also a thin. Yeah, we could add that. The license is the same. As well do this while we're working on it instead of having to do it all at the end. Does this look like now? Regular. Yeah, that looks a little better. Okay. So let's build all of the hard-coded ones. All the hard-coded ones are at the top, like CircuitPy, fest, event, SD, metadata, transfers, trashes, all this stuff up here. So maybe we should we put all of this into a function as well, like make hard-coded stuff? Make header, make... It's kind of a header because all the dynamic ones go below it. So let's call it make header. Def make header. It's gonna have to call make line, so does it need to be after? I'm not sure. Some languages are like that, some languages are not. I don't remember if Python. So header, it's gonna be making lines. The first line it's gonna make is CircuitPy. CircuitPy. We don't want to go that far down. Maybe we'll just say 10. Next one is FS events D. Copy that. And I don't think we want to just keep hard coding this, do we? Position. Position X, position Y, plus, let's call it 28. Looked nice, so we're gonna go 28. And I'm going to say 28 times 1, which seems silly. Why do we want to multiply it by 1? The thing is, when we make the next one, now we're going to be able to just go 2. And we might eventually use a list for this also. Like, we could put these into a list and then write a for loop that does this. Maybe that, and this code will be nice and ready to go for that. So let's hard code them first, though, to make sure this is working. Meta never index. Metadata. Okay, so there's 3. Let's run that. Uh-oh. Oh, I didn't call make header. Dope. Make header. We'll call it 1010. Okay. So one thing is we want some indentation. So fastCFS events and metadata never index, those are supposed to be inside of CircuitPy, so they should be indented to the right some, which we have here. Also, we need to get the triangle in there. I'll worry about the triangle afterwards. Let's work on the indent right now. So let's make a variable indent size. Let's start with 14 pixels and see what that looks like. So these on the X would be plus indent size. Then eventually we'll use a plus indent size times 2 for the ones that need to be double indented. Can only concatenate. I put this in the wrong spot. There we go. That's not far enough though. I guess we want at least 24, right? Because that's the size of our icons. We want to go at least that far. Maybe even a little more, especially because we're going to have the triangle in there on some of them. Oh, you know what? Meta never index. That's a file though, right? Yeah, that's a file, I think. Okay, so we need a way to override which thing it selects. Let's say icon none if icon is none. Do this stuff. Else paste icon and then meta never index file icon. Okay, looks good. I think a little farther over still. Try that. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay. Let's see. So 2 more things to work on are the hidden files should have darker names. Where's my example? Look here. So you see these 3 files here: fs events, meta never index, and trashes. Those ones have darker names and darker icons. Because they're hidden. Can we just pass an opacity for paste? That would be super convenient, but I kind of doubt. Let's see. Alpha composite. Let's say PIL set opacity of image. Put alpha. I wonder if we need to load a second one of them so that we don't make all of them like that. This is half alpha. So 256 must be the highest, probably. Put alpha. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab my hoodie. Okay, here we go. Hands are getting a little cold. Okay. Oh, just ripped out one of those LEDs. That back. Okay. All right. So if we call put alpha, is that gonna make it messed up for the other ones? Let's try it here. What if we go folder icon dot no, I think what we want is inside of here. Hidden equals false. So let's see here. 1 second. We're gonna back the music here, something different. So we would need to call this on the icons, I think, file icon or folder icon. So I guess we'll do it inside of here. If hidden file icon dot put alpha. 70%. What's that? 256. Calc wrong program. Calculator. 256 times 0.7. And 79. Let's call it 180. Where'd it go? 180. This one should be folder. And I guess we would want to put it back afterwards. Put alpha, is it? Well, let's see what this looks like. We might need to go the other way. Oh, that didn't do anything. I didn't call hidden true. True. Icon. And let's do it in here too. If hidden icon dot put alpha. Whoops. Run that. Okay, that's no good. So they got black backgrounds now. Yeah, I don't think that's what we want. But pixels, I don't really want to do it 1 pixel at a time. This is doing it 1 pixel at a time, it looks like. I mean, get data, for item and data. Currency. So maybe we need to do convert. Put alpha mask, and mask is other file. Put alpha. Put alpha. Add or replace the alpha layer in this image. The image does not have an alpha layer converted to LA or RGBA. The new layer must be either L or 1. The new alpha layer. So this is not expecting a number. This is expecting a layer. I don't know how to use that with what I have, though. Let's try this. PIL paste partial transparent. Alpha compositing. So I guess I could just make make separate icons, and I could load the correct icon. Yeah, that's probably easier. Instead of worrying about doing it in code, why don't we just make icons that are partially transparent, and then we'll load all of them. These are nice and small anyway. It's not like it takes a long time to load. GIMP. Capacity. Call it 70. Maybe that's too much. I don't know. We'll see. Save it as file hidden. Let's load it. File hidden. if hidden, then this didn't work. Else, do it this way. Folder hidden icon. File. Okay, so the problem is I don't have a folder yet. Shouldn't have done folder first. If hidden. Why? Else. Hidden. There we go. And so here it would, you would just pass the icon that you want instead of calling hidden. We actually don't need this. And this can be file hidden icon. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Okay, yeah, that is, this got cut off. Oh. I think I did the wrong mask. Yeah, well, no, it's because of this. No, it's because of this. So let's go ahead and make our folder one transparent also. 70. Save. Folder hidden. Hidden. Okay. Oh, gotta get hidden here. One doesn't look like transparent, really. Maybe 70 is not enough. Oh, this is wrong. Wrong too, actually. There we go. Yeah, maybe 70 is not enough. I feel like there's not enough difference between those. Press 60. Whoops, I need to be here. Yeah, I think that folder looks a little better. $60, save it. There we go. Now the text also fill. I wonder if we could just do RGBA here. I guess though it should, not do it for everything. No, that didn't make a difference anyway. Okay, let's look that up. PIL text transparency. Okay, so if we use a tuple, then we can do RGBA. But I don't know what that is. '69's all the way across, okay. So this was like this. This, and 70, or would it be 256 based? 5% is 15, so it must be 256 based. Ended up with 60% actually. 256 times 0.6, 154. Oh, it's too much. Do that backwards? No. We just want it higher. It was 180. That's still very still very dark. I feel like that's changing. Yeah, that's not changing. So I guess we could not worry about alpha and instead just use a different color of gray. Yeah, let's do that. This doesn't seem to be really doing anything. And it seems like this is not the same color, even though GIMP thinks that they are the same. So let's go back to this. Just make sure that works. Okay. And then let's say if not hidden, else so we want to go darker. Let's try that. And then we also would need to call hidden here. Hidden true. That's not dark enough. Nine. It's getting closer, but I still think we could go a touch further. see what it looks like on 8. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, do we want to work on the triangle next or the background alternating lines? Work on the background. I think that's going to be harder. So do we want that inside of make line, or do we want something else to be responsible for that? So if it's inside of make line, then we have to pass another parameter that says highlighted or not highlighted. Instead, we could just make like another function like make background, and it just goes and loops and makes all the rows at the beginning before we ever put any text or anything in it. I think I like that better. So let's go make a new function, def make background highlights. I don't think we need parameters. So this is going to be a loop. Maybe the parameter would be rows, actually, rows. Like the count of how many rows for I in range rows. So we're looping over this. We need to make a rectangle. So this example had some lines. They're just 2 points though. We don't want lines, we want a rectangle. PIL, make rectangle. Draw rectangle. Shape is a list containing 2 tuples. With the top left corner and the bottom right corner, which in this case are -10 from the full width and height right here. Top left corner, bottom right corner. And it's just image.rectangle. We're not going to have an outline. We will have a fill. So let's call this im.rectangle. So this will be x will always be 0. We need a list and a tuple. First x will always be 0. First y will be I times 28. Because we did 28 here. Maybe we should We should make that a variable as well. We have indent size, but that's coincidental. We might want to change them. Let's make a new one for line spacing. Line spacing equals 28. So that should be there. And then here, 0 times 28 the first time, 1 times 28 the second time. That makes sense. The second tuple, this is the bottom right, so this is going to go to the full width. So out width, out width. And then same y as this, but plus an extra 28, plus one extra instance of line spacing. So we could say I plus 1. Okay. Color. That's fill. Odd. So I did 404040 on the odds. So actually we only need to do this every other one. If I mod 2 is 0, let's go like this, not 0. Then make a rectangle. Four oh four oh four oh. Okay. Let's see what that looks like. Make background highlight. Let's call it 4 rows. Nope. Image has no rectangle. I type it wrong? Nope. This must be out of date or something. Or maybe my version of Pillow is out of date. And we need to do it on the draw. We got one of those, right? Yeah. Let's call it draw. Draw. Yeah. Okay. So it's not aligned right. And I think we want the first one. Yeah, we want the first one to be highlighted. So we got this logic backwards. So the thing is, why is it like that? Oh. So this is at 1010. Can't be at 1010 if the background is gonna be at 00. let's leave that. I think we want to be able to have padding in this. So why don't we say here offset equals 0, 0. And then basically all of these are going to be plus offset. Okay. So plus offset y. Oops. Let's just make this a little better here. Why is this different? There we go. So on this side it would be minus actually. But here it would still be plus. Okay. No, that didn't make a difference. I didn't pass it. Offset 1010. Okay. So now it's correctly encompassing the icon in the text, but the text is basically like aligned to the top. I think we wanted to bring that down some. Maybe inside of here. We want it on everything, right? I mean, yeah. Let's go inside make line. Position, let's call this. So our icon's 24 by 24. Our text is pretty close to the same size. We made this box 28 tall. So we got room for 2 pixels on each side. Is that gonna be enough? Let's give this a try here. Yeah, that's it's not enough at all. Honestly, it looks like we still have plenty of room though. Maybe this is not actually 24 pixels only? But we still have room. Okay, that might be too far. We want to change back to middle anchor? I don't think so, because we'd have to go like position Well, what if we try it? Position, so middle. So let's say position 1 plus line spacing over 2. So centered in the center of the size of line spacing. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. We could probably scooch the icon down a little bit. Let's fix the rest of the texts, though. So right now we're only doing 1. There. Why don't we break this out further? LM. Okay. Text looks pretty good. Let's scoot the icons down a little bit. I guess the problem is, oh no, because we put them both in 24 by 24, so they're the same. So let's say, can you place that by anchor also? That'd be nice. I think, I don't know if we can though. Let's go in image paste position. So instead it would need to be like position X normal and then position Y plus a little bit. Position X is normal and then position Y plus some. Like I feel like it should still be 2, but I don't understand why that didn't work on the text. Yeah, it's not really enough. And it's gonna look different because the file is taller. So we really kind of do want to use anchor points if we can. IL paste location anchor. This is equivalent to paste. I mean, it's static size. We know it's always 24. Line spacing is 28. I mean, that should end up being 28 pixels. And if the icon is 24 pixels, then 2 down from the top plus 24 plus 2 more at the end would get us to 28. Not sure why that's not centered. I am not editing this one. Let's do that. So the folders, yeah, this is what I was afraid of. The folders look pretty good. File looks too far. I mean, I guess I could use different numbers for the folder versus the file. I think with them being both 24 by 24, I was hoping it would just work. That looks pretty good though. I don't know. That's probably fine. Yeah, I think that's probably fine. Let's make some more configuration here. Well, no, that's from the image. So let's say highlight row color. Okay, so we want to change this later. Highlight row color. Hidden text color. Hidden text color. And regular text color. So this is text color. This color, this is hidden text color. Hidden text color. Okay, looks the same, that's good. So, okay, we want to, do we want to work on the triangle? Yeah, let's work on the triangle. Is there a PIL triangle? Polygon. I want to use Polygon, or do I want to go make PNG files? I think we want to use PNG files because these are pixel coordinates, and that's going to get crazy because we're going to have to add our offsets and our positions and everything else to get the right ones, whereas if we use an image, we can basically just put it in the same spot as the icon we have now, but further to the left. And we don't have to worry about nearly as much math on coordinates. So let's do that. So we want a triangle. Get transparent. We need to have a transparent triangle. No, it's still opaque in this one. Okay. So let's go new, Control N, 24 by 24. We want transparent. Here we go. And know the easiest way to make a triangle here. Good freehanded, that doesn't seem good though. You make lines, and then connect them with, and then fill them. Paint bucket. Okay, let's do that. Alright. Pixel. Size 1. So this one's gonna point to the left. I'm at 2, 2 right here. I want to go to 22. No. I'm gonna erase. We only wanted to go to 21, I guess. There's erase. Huh. On like opacity, I should be using a spread or something, I guess. Oh, why is it gonna be so hard to make a triangle? Can I paste Unicode? No. Maybe if I copy it from here as a triangle. Why? Okay. This is this. And we want to go up a little bit. Maybe to the right a little bit. That looks good. So this is a closed triangle, but is that what we want to call it? Let's just call it right triangle instead of down triangle. Oh, but it's not a right triangle. Oh well, right triangle. Export. And while we're here, let's just duplicate this layer. Hide one. Change the text. Why does it do that? And let's copy this one. Didn't matter after all of that. Did it anyway. 19. Color. It's kind of small. Okay. Can't tell if that's centered. I think that's pretty good. Okay, we'll call this down triangle. Triangle. Okay, so now let's add that to FS events. So where do we want to put that? Is that going to go inside make line? Yeah, why don't we just say triangle icon none? And so we want to put it there. Let's load those two triangles. Right triangle, down triangle, down triangle, right triangle, down triangle. Okay. How does this relate to position? We gotta go position X minus 24. If triangle icon, if it's not none, then we're gonna paste the triangle icon. Hey, Hugo. How you doing today? Triangle icon. So we want 24, I think, minus 24. Position Y would be the same. So now if fast events is this, we can go triangle. Icon is right triangle. Nice. That's awesome. Okay. Struggling with being awake. That's the worst of my complaints. Not so bad. Yeah, alright. Alright. Quite good. I'm doing pretty good for myself, yeah. Working on this library screenshot generator. This thing is gonna create screenshots of the requirements for all the Learn Guide projects. That way it can be run by CI, hopefully, and just auto-generate screenshots every time we update a project. This is the same stuff that I am going to be updating when we merge your progress bar. Actually, that was kind of the genesis for this work, is I sat down to do the progress bar, and I was like, what if there was a way we could do this without clearing off the device? And so I got sidetracked a little and started working on that, and then shared that over with Lady Ada, and she came up with this idea to make it automated. So, yep, exactly right. That's what she was asking about. Oh, nice. I activated the echo. Did I say did I get close to saying that word? The name of the echo lady? Or maybe it's maybe it uses a different keyword or something. Okay, so that was pretty easy. That's our triangle. So let's go ahead and add, I think we're ready to add the other static things, right? Like we can add trashes and boot out and CodePy. Let's do that. Trashes, that one's still hidden. You can copy this. Trashes, is that right? Yeah, trashes. So this will be, why don't we go ahead and make this a loop now? So let's call this files. Just thinking about how we're gonna do indent. I think that's okay. Yeah, let's include this. Let's go files. Let's go ahead and put all of them in here. Ah, I see. You can use word that starts with C and is a fancy calculator. Nice. That's pretty funny. Oh, it's Nest Mini, not an Echo. I see. I gotcha. Be funny, yeah, to have one named Hugo. Okay, so we want file hidden. That's right. Oh, right, we're putting these in here. So CircuitPy. Can we loop this though? Because it needs to know if it's hidden. It also needs to do the triangle icon. Yeah, maybe we can't. I mean, I guess we could, but we'd have so much weird logic, like, if it is this one, then do this. If it is this one, then do this. It might not even be worth it to loop them, honestly, since they're so different. So let's say this is trashes. We do have to increment this to go down. We also want to make the rows. This one, well, are we adding the fourth one right now? Yeah, okay, so we could leave that on 4. Is that all we need? That might be all we need. Yeah, okay. Crashes. So now boot out and CodePy. Oh, nice. We got Johnny's project. What is that? Let's see here. PoE powered Raspberry Pi. Running Pi KVM. Remote access to a terminal. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, Pis are fun like that sometimes, though. I don't know. It's not always about the most efficient way. It's just having fun for sure. Or whatever works, right? Like if it's convoluted and it works, it still works. All right, CodePy. We want boot out actually. Let's go boot out first. Boot out. I'm gonna be wrapping up actually here and before too long, maybe another 10-15 minutes. It's like the music ran out again. Let's pop that on. Trying something new, running the music in the earbuds here today, so I think it's kind of nice. Keeps me going at a pretty good pace. Boot out text. So this goes up again for. This one is no longer hidden, so that's gonna be file icon. Hidden is false, so we can take it out. Can add CodePy as well while we're here. CodePy. Bounce this one up. There it is. Convoluted yet it works. Yeah, that's true. Hooked up my server and it almost works. Had to reboot the server to get the graphics to actually output. Yeah, I have my Pis are like that too. If I don't, if it's not like plugged in when it first boots up, sometimes it just doesn't ever find the screen. But you reboot it without ever changing anything, and it pops right back up. Shows fine. It's pretty sweet, Johnny. Thanks for sharing. CodePy. So yeah, that might be good. Let's run that. Okay. We definitely need more rows. Let's go up to 6. And that. Okay. That's looking good. So next we need lib with a downward triangle. So let's do that. Lib with a downward triangle. So we'll go, let's grab a folder. Let's go like this. Lib. Hidden is false, or we could just leave it out. Triangle is down triangle. And it'll take the icon automatically because this doesn't have MPY. Sent HID commands from the Pi back to itself. It's kind of fun. To test without involving the server. Had to add VGA and HDMI adapters and stuff. Nice. And that. Oh. Location is wrong. 6. There we go. We need another row still. So at some point we'll calculate how many rows based on the number of libraries that are going to be included. I don't think we're going to get that far today, so I'm just going to keep bouncing this up by chunks here. So we'll call this one 8. Output, that looks pretty good. So we got lib with a downward arrow to show that it's open. So that's pretty much the whole header. And I'm pretty happy with the way it looks. It's a little bit different than what we had before, but that's because we changed up the icons to be ones that we have a license for, and the font's different as well. Looks a little more compact, which I like. We can fit more things in it. They're kind of tight though, I guess. We want some extra padding in there. Be kind of tough to add the padding to. Maybe we should try. Well, would it? It really wouldn't. We could add more padding by just changing line spacing, couldn't we? Is that true? Let's change that to 32. Let's get a look at this. Actually, you know what? Let's go out 1. Save a copy of that old one. Make a new one so we can go back and forth. Yeah. So that did add more padding. One thing is that text is smaller. zooming differently? Yeah, okay, I think I was just zoomed on one of them. The text is not actually smaller, so we should look at this at real size, actually. Okay, it's pretty good. This does have wider lines, though, so we can pretty easily add padding. The icons are not quite in the correct spot because of the way that was just hard-coded to like -2 or something. Right here. If we wanted to, we could say like line spacing minus 24 divided by 2. Instead of this hard-coded 2, if we use that formula, then it would adapt itself correctly. Make these lines ultra long, but it'll be more configurable, so I think it's worth it. Line spacing minus 24, because that's the size of the icon. And then divide that answer by 2, because we want the same padding on the top as on the bottom. So if it's 32, we're going to go down to 8 and then divide that by 2 and get to 4. Instead of the 2, which is where we were at. I think that's right. Got an extra parenthesis. Okay, let's put that there, here, 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 and here. Be nice to break some of these onto different lines, probably. Let's see. Let me catch up on the chat here. Okay, so we can feed the command to pi, yep. Or the pi command back to itself. Oh gosh, don't create a black hole. Yeah, we definitely still want it to be legible. Screen readers, I see catching up now. Won't go because it's a PNG file. It does get used on a page with text, and the text is right next to it that says the same stuff. So like if a person had a screen reader, it would read it from the bullet points next to it, I think. Make it return a tuple given a line size of X and icon size of Y. What are all the sizes? Yeah, we could do that if it's if it ever got hard coded, or I mean if the icon ever changed to something other than 24, then it'd be better that way for sure. Okay, yeah, those are centered good now. So I think we can just change this if we want more padding. I'm gonna put it back to 28 for now. I think that's okay, but the good news is because it's like super easily configurable now, we can ask the folks, you know, at Adafruit if they have a preference. Like I don't really care that much as long as it's legible. Like Hugo said, really that's the main thing, and I think it is. But maybe they'll want a little bit more. I don't have such a great eye for design sometimes though, so like just because I think it looks okay doesn't mean that it's necessarily like actually good. Lib, do we want to keep going? I think I might call it a day for now, actually. I got quite a bit of this done. I got the whole header here, so you know, obviously the next part of what I would do is write some kind of loop that will generate you know, generate more of these things to go inside a lib here. And then obviously like the final part is after we like once we get this script able to generate a whole list of requirements and put them inside lib, we'll need to do some stuff like measuring the height and measuring how many rows to draw. All of that'll be done dynamically. But once we get it spitting everything out, putting that whole list in here, I think I'll start by just having it accept like a Python list. And then once it works with a Python list, then I will go back and do the logic to parse this thing and actually build that list of dependencies based on what it finds inside of here. And then one more layer up from that, the last thing that we would have to do is loop through all the, like parse through the Learn Guides repo, find the CircuitPython projects, and then find all of their dependencies in those projects, and then look through this JSON for those dependencies, their dependencies, and build everything up from there. So that's kind of like high level what the next steps would be. So I should hopefully have this finished before next week. I'm really satisfied with the start I got, especially because I wasn't sure exactly how all this stuff was going to work. I feel like I got a really good start, and I have a much better kind of plan of attack of how all of it's going to go together. So I probably will get finished with this before next week. Yeah, 20. Yeah, I hope 20 minutes. That would be awesome. I'm guessing a little higher. It shouldn't be too bad though. Maybe a couple more hours. I'll probably get this thing knocked out. Yeah, management's interesting. Like that, their time perception is a little off sometimes, isn't it? Okay, so yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap up for now. One thing is, like I mentioned, I probably, by the time I'm back next week, this will probably be done. But one thing I might do is stream some more work on this on Twitch only. So I have no idea when that will be. Possibly sometime later today. I got some errands I gotta run here now, but maybe later on this evening, if I'm around and working on this, I might just go ahead and pop the Twitch stream on. So if anybody is interested in following along with the rest of the work on this, definitely you can follow me on Twitch to get a notification when I go live over there. When I'm on Twitch, can I post in the Discord? Yeah, I'll go ahead and put a note in the Discord. I can do that. Whenever I go live, I'll just drop a note in here. I won't, when I go on Twitch only, I will, I don't put I have a different overlay here I can show you. I have one that's just, let's go preview. I have one that doesn't have the chat, like, where is it here? This? Yeah, I have one like this. And so when I go on Twitch only, I'll do this one. I won't put the chat in the thing, but we can use the Twitch chat. I'll try to interact more there when I'm on Twitch. That way we're not taking up the live broadcast room all the time. But I will leave a note. I'll leave a note in there when I get started. Whenever I go. Oh no, doesn't notify you when you go live. That's a bummer. Yeah, I find that it is kind of spotty like that. Like I have some folks I follow, and I tend to get the emails pretty reliably, but like on other folks or other days, like I don't get the email at all. And sometimes even on subs, I've been gifted subs for a few channels, and even as a paid sub, like it doesn't always reliably actually give me the reminder. So I see. It starts to not notify you if you don't follow them. I see. It's got some weird rules in there. But yeah, so you can follow me there. I will drop a note, just like Hugo asked. I'll drop a note here in the live broadcast room when I do. Again, I don't know for sure when that will be. Maybe a little bit later on today. Probably at least either tonight or tomorrow, or maybe both. Definitely one of those two. I think I'll try to get in. Don't know for sure which yet, but just kind of depend on how the rest of the day goes. And so let's, to wrap it up, let's go ahead to Twitch and see if anybody is on. Let's see here. Twitch. Tim, I feel like we raid Tim every week. Let's see. Tim is the only one I'm following that's on. Let's pause that. Let's hit the science and technology. Let's see what else is here. Building a transpiler. Doppelstraw. Let's go Loom Dare. Let's do that, actually. Yeah, let's raid. I mean, they have a bunch of people watching already, but this will be interesting, I think. So I don't follow this person, but I can type it in here. So we're gonna raid this. Here, let me pull up the actual channel here. We're gonna raid this Quill18. This person's working on Loom Dare, which is a 48-hour game. So there's like a game, marathon or whatever. These folks are doing this game hacking marathon basically this weekend. So there's a couple of different folks doing it. Tim Baudet, who we've rated in the past, is working on it. He's working on a racing game. That's the kind of stuff he usually works on. This person, I have no idea really what they're doing, other than they're doing this 48-hour thing. So if you're interested in game dev, then you can check these folks out. And if you want to find more of them, you can probably search this Loom Dare to find other folks that are doing it. So we will go here with this. Let's go raid. And I don't think it's not going to like all of that. Let's go this. And also, as always, thank all of you folks for hanging out. I really appreciate it. Had a lot of fun, as always. And I will see you next week if you're here for the regular stream, or again tonight or tomorrow sometime if you catch me on Twitch. And with that, we'll go hit this Quill18. So let's do that. Start raid. Thank you. Okay, did that go? Might have gone. Let's see. Yeah. Oh. Well. Maybe that didn't go. Start raid. Something went wrong. Maybe it did actually go. I don't know if you guys can still hear me. No. Okay, I'm still live as me. Here we go. Oh, it's in my chat pop-up. Switch is hidden somewhere else, I see. All right, now we're actually going. Raid now. Here we go.